The views and opinions expressed on Live at the Barbershop are entirely those of the host, guest, and caller and do not reflect the opinions of Live at the Barbershop or its staff. Viewers' discretion is advised. The following podcast is intended for mature audiences only and contains adult content, graphic language, strong sexual content, and a whole lot of shit talking. So in other words, get your kids out the room.
Here we go at the Barbershop with your hosts, Misha J, Aaliyah, Black Republican, and those two crazy Caribbean guys from the Q&N show, Norris and Q. And now, the man of the hour, Mr. HNIC, Mr. Sleep When You're Dead, Hustle Now, the Magnificent.
Yo, son. What's up with all that?
I was just trying to amp it up, you know, like...
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, I'm all right, I'm with that.
John, live at the Barbershop Podcast.
Welcome back. Friday. Yeah. I was hoping it was a payday, for real. Brother need that dough. Hey, listen, man. Today, we're gonna have a good one tonight. A few different things that's on the table. So recently, R. Kelly got sentenced. A lot of mixed reviews on things. A lot of mixed reviews. It was a delicate thing to choose this for today's show. Wasn't sure. It's a last minute thing. Decided, you know what? Let's run it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
For different reasons, not just because we don't do this thing here for the clickbaiting and the clout chasing, and we don't do it for that. Anything on this platform is strictly just for information, to better our people, to educate our people, and to just elevate on a different level.
Yeah.
It's never on that clickbait situation or have some hashtags and all that stuff. We're not really about that situation. We're gonna try and break down this thing here a little bit different. And at the end of the day, see some of them in here saying, "No, dude, they want hashtags.
Cap.
They want clickbaits."
That's
I'm
capping.
old school. I just gotta give it to you straight raw.
And it's not capping.
Cap.
Everybody talking about they in the shop saying I'm bugging. I'm not. Listen.
Let's say you're capping.
I'm capping, whatever, you know. As soon as I said that, everybody's like, I'm like, what's the problem?
Yeah, man. We.
End of the day, look, like I said, there's bigger things that we gotta deal with in life, period.
Yeah.
Social media got us all unfocused. Get back in focus.
Yeah.
So the things for today that we're breaking down is the R. Kelly trial. Well, not so much the trial, the sentence, some of the comments, some of the people's view. Like, we're gonna review certain little things with Lil Boosie. Couple of other things, because there's some different laws also that got signed that's we have to pay attention to.
And
We're gonna touch on little things with the reversal of the Roe versus Wade situation with the abortion law.
wow.
Little things like that.
Yeah.
See how everything ties in? We're going to break it down tonight live at the barbershop. Without further ado, let's get it cracking so we can get in and get out. Okay? So I'm your host for the night. My name is John. Sitting next to me is my man, Yo Q.
Yeah.
What it do?
What it do? What's up, man? Where about, man?
Let me bring the rest of our our lovely co-host in. So live and fresh in the flesh. I got Aaliyah. Aaliyah is in the building. What it do?
Hello, everybody.
Do I remember you?
Yeah, we remember.
You?
Yeah, we remember.
Yes. What's good?
Yeah, the smile is
What's going on, everybody?
All right, we're good.
What's up, family? Family, we say.
You good?
Family.
All right. Next up the bat, my man, Black Republican is in the building. My man looking like he
What up?
fresh off the flesh, fresh off the deck.
Let's look a little bit far.
I don't know. You looking younger, like you got some Benjamin, what do you call that? Benjamin Button pills over there or something. What's the deal? Well, last week you look like Sprague. Now this week you look like I don't know.
hey! I can't keep myself conditioned. What's going on here?
I'm saying you might get that camera on condition. You know what I'm saying? Got to get manicured and the skincare and pedicure and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
From this song, him look like a ball head. You know
But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Hey, so all right. So tonight,
They do extreme.
Extreme, what's good, man? What's up? What's up? We're gonna touch on a couple of things, like I stated earlier. And not so much on the fact of the R. Kelly. Not so much going into the sentence as far as the trial, but speak more on the sentence and accountability.
Leading up, yeah.
Accountability is more of that. The hashtag, the headline is what it mainly is. The accountability. Not only that, let me see. I hope I'm pronouncing her name. Jocelyn Maxwell. Am I right?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ghislaine. My bad. Ghislaine Maxwell. All right. From Epstein, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna speak on that as well. She just got sentenced as well. So we're gonna talk about a little bit about that, and again going back into accountability. So let's break down the R. Kelly situation. So recently, R. Kelly, got convicted, sentenced to 30 years, right, for some numerous charges, mainly racketeer. All right, so one in New York, he was sentenced in New York for the 30 years.
Yeah,
still has August 1st to go to Chicago now for another trial.
Yeah,
dealing with some other stuff. So the one in New York pertains to the racketeering and
child pornography.
Child pornography.
Yeah.
Crossing state lines. Because at first I was kind of confused with the New York situation. Being as majority of this stuff here happened in Chicago. A few of the young ladies were in Atlanta at the house where he was.
Yeah. In his sex dungeon.
Right. So New York kind of puzzled me, but now, after reading up on it a little bit more, I kind of understand the situation, and it didn't dawn on me crossing state lines with minors. So there's a thing called a Mann Act.
What's up, family?
Where if you cross state lines with minors, for that purpose, having any sexual contents to it, it's a violation. So that's where that portion of things come in, and then the racketeering portion is another thing. So now, recently, Lil Boosie gave his opinion on the sentence.
Yeah.
So what we're asking our audience member, is he correct in what he's saying? And again, is it because of the celebrity status why a lot of people still would rather he get a lighter sentence rather than a harsher sentence of the 30? Because recently a congressman also made a statement that he believed that he should get a lighter sentence and basically give him a second chance. You understand? So with that now, Boosie made a comment stating that, all right, one, because he's black, he's getting a heavier sentence. Two, he doesn't believe that because R. Kelly wasn't really like, I don't say hiding out. Some of the words I don't want to misconstrue. So basically what he's saying is people that have done worse crimes like Ted Bundy and all the serial killers that was out there.
Yeah.
A lot of them that did a lot worse, meaning chopped up bodies, ate bodies, different things like that. He believed they should get harsher punishments than what R. Kelly got. Then he made a statement which kind of caught me in a good sense. He stated that the parents, if that's the case, some of the parents should get charged because some of the parents allowed their daughters
14
to go with this man due to the fact of the money, the fame, and all these other things. Like the young lady in the with
cocaine
from the first
Yeah.
situation that happened where the family took a payout.
Yeah.
Rather than going to trial or doing anything like that, they took a payout. So I want to ask everyone here now, to give your opinion on it. Do you feel that Boosie is correct? Because he's saying that the parents also, if that's the case, should be charged some way or another. Now,
Why explain things?
to me, I kind of agree with that because it's the accountability part. Now, it kind of get tricky because some parents, like I remember there was a mother that kept looking for her daughter. And I think the storyline's a little bit different than some of the parents that actually would drop these young ladies off and leave.
A 14-year-old,
you know,
them off.
so
That's
it's a little
crazy.
bit different. Then some allegations came out where, as far as with Aaliyah is concerned, the reason why and that came out through the trial. So I'm still gonna say allegedly, but that came out during the trial. That the reason why he got married to her is because she got pregnant. So again, that was another portion that came in. So in order for him to do any sort of abortion or something, if he's married to her, he can that can happen without consent from the parent and things like that. So with that in mind, do you think that little Boosie is right for making the statement that he made? Or is it because, again, R. Kelly is has us stepping and dancing the Pied Piper, the children's story, the Pied Piper playing the flute and distracting us from all the different things. Remember now he had the little kids from the town following him. So was he correct? Yes or no?
Yeah, he's correct. He's correct because here's the thing: if the parents are dropping their kids off, right, they're underage kids, off to some random ass celebrity or whoever's house. You get what I'm saying?
Studios
and then taking money in return. They're soliciting their kids. They're underage kids. They're soliciting. You get what I'm saying? To adults. Yeah, they should be charged. They definitely should be charged.
Fighting the kids.
R. Kelly should be tossed under the bus. Cause how many chances he got? Come on now.
Sure.
R. Kelly was in a conversation just like we all talk about the Catholic Church. There was no difference. How many times, man? Busted got his whole face with the remote in the camera. Come on, man. We all saw the video.
Yeah.
How many chances he need?
Yeah.
You could walk down the road and pull any woman. Why you need to go to kids?
Yeah.
Now, see, someone made a point about that. Boosie made a point about that also, in the fact that R. Kelly's, and that came out in the trial as well. I believe his lawyer made that statement also, that that's why she was asking for a lesser sentence. Now, I think what she was asking for is a little crazy. My memory serves correct. I think she was asking for like 10 years or something like that, some smaller number.
10 years for
crazy.
So now she made the point that R. Kelly's coming from that type of environment of abuse, sexual abuse, different things like that. So because of that, now hurt people.
No.
So she feels like the judge should take that into account and form for a lesser sentence. Now, Aaliyah, being a female on the panel with us, what are your thoughts on Boosie's comments and the sentence itself?
Mike's muted.
Your mic.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I believe they all coincide with each other. The only thing is that the reason why I don't think that he should be given time is because they knew what he was doing all along. They let it go on.
They meaning who?
So people around him, people in higher places. I mean, everybody.
So you think
he was going to the schools. They was announcing that he was there. He was soliciting girls from the schools. So everybody knew that he was doing this. Now, to the extent of what he was doing, I don't know. I can't say that, okay, well, the parents should be fault too, because they don't know that. Do they know that this is going on to this extent? Can they just say, oh, well, it was just Aaliyah or only that person and just take it to just that? Or did everybody know what was going on? Like, how can you prove that?
Yeah, well, that's,
remember that.
I think when he made that statement, that he made the statement in his video, he said that they should have been did it.
Okay.
And I agree with him, because they should have done it a long time ago. Why wait up until
what, convict him?
If they was gonna take him, if they was gonna put him in jail or take him to court, why they didn't do it a long time ago? Why they waited all that time to do it, and then to try to strip him of everything that he developed after the fact, after his career was ending. While his career was going on, they didn't do it.
Right.
True.
So, I mean, there's so many people before him that's been doing the same things. It's people that's doing those same things as we speak.
Well, that's part of the thing that Boosie was saying, that
and we know about it, and they know about it, and it's white men that's doing it.
Right. Yeah. Same thing Boosie was talking about.
Yeah, we're going to that part in the next. Yeah, because that a lot of that in the next situation we're gonna talk about.
Well, yeah.
But you don't believe that R. Kelly deserved to be locked up?
At this point, like, I don't believe Bill Cosby deserved to be locked up. I don't believe that at this point that he should be locked up. At this point, it's pretty much too far gone. It's too far. He had these women that still didn't want to leave him even after he was in jail.
That's a good point from a female perspective, but R. Kelly, this is kids, man.
But again, a lot of them, the same thing they call Stockholm syndrome, where a lot of and I tell you something, I've seen it firsthand, where it's like it sounds puzzling when you stand on the sideline, because logically you can make it out because you're not in the situation. But for the victim, sometimes they gravitate more to the abuser than the person that's even trying to save them.
Yeah.
So, but are they really victims?
Well, again,
14-year-old.
You remember when the sister came out and she was spilling the beans about what's going on, and the little girl was pretending in front of the camera like everything was all good. You get what I'm saying?
The aunt.
Yeah.
What happened is you got to understand, these individuals, they're like pimps. They know who to pick, who to target. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They target little girls with broken families, with, people that need help. And then they say, look, you hand me your daughter or whatever the case is, and I make sure your family eat. I make sure they got fresh clothes on. I make sure this, I make sure that. So now that little girl is like, I'm fending for my family type of deal. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Just like a stripper, she take coke up the nose, just jump on the pole because she feeding for her kids and whatever she got to do. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. But the problem is the individual that put together something like that and allow a child to put themselves in that kind of lifestyle, instead of just saying, all right, let me create a program that can help out these kids and these families that got issues or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing something like that, they go the route of feeding these individuals, these kids, to these sick adults, because there's a lot of adults buying these kids, politicians, celebrities, individuals that are just weirdos that just want to fix. They paying dumb money for this kind of stuff. You get what I'm saying? Anybody that's involved in something like that should be tossed off the planet. You get what I'm saying? Because the thing is like, you know better. You have better. You could do better. You get what I'm saying? It's not like R. Kelly's struggling. R. Kelly got all the access under the planet. He can easily choose a different route. If he has mental issues from his past of being groomed as a child, he could have spent money and got like a psychiatrist or
exactly
some kind of something. You know what I mean?
That's what I was waiting to say. They couldn't. They don't see it as this man. He's sick. They don't see it as he's sick. But
trust me,
maybe some individual they will say that he's sick.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something.
But he has an entourage with him.
That's the thing we're gonna get to. That's why I said we got to label this thing here accountability. Yeah. The problem with it now is the entourage. Look, from management,
nobody will lose their job.
Anybody involved, bro.
Road managers, to accountant, to engineer, to producers, to band members, to backup singers, to limo drivers, to whatever. Every one of them seen this.
Yeah.
Every one of them seen it.
Nobody.
Every one of them look, and they'll look at each other, and they'll say something, or they'll go home and say something. They're not gonna say nothing. You know why? Because they don't want to end the money train.
They don't want to end the money.
That's the bottom line.
They don't want to end the money train.
Yeah.
You understand?
Everybody should be tossed under the bus, man.
Exactly. That's my point.
But I mean, if you're gonna say that everybody should be tossed under the bus for that, do you know how many other things that people should be tossed under the bus for?
Well, if we gotta bring it, let's bring it.
Yeah. But what I'm talking about is, here's the thing.
Everybody going to jail then.
As adults, we're supposed to protect the children. You get what I'm saying? Children are supposed to be protected from all these kind of dangers. We're supposed to do as much as we can to keep this type of lifestyle and this type of harm to come to kids, mentally, physically, all of that. Yeah. And especially when adults that got it made, where they got bread, they got all sorts of access to, to better. Yeah. And they choose that kind of route. Like, come on now. There's no justifications of that at all. So everybody that knew.
Did they make it? From my understanding, I heard they was trying to legalize
wife too.
Consent.
The age, to drop the age, you mean?
Well, from my understanding, I thought California already did it.
I ain't see it.
And said that all that's needed now is a consent. And if they have a consent, then it's legal.
Well, I mean, all the freaks over there, so it wouldn't make sense.
But my thing is this. When you take it back to
the 30s,
I mean, and when you look in our history and you see that some of this stuff has been going on, it just hasn't started just now. Like there were
Elvis.
There were grown men marrying young women.
Yeah,
a long time ago.
But we just see it as modern time now.
But
right, and it's so much more than just like now. It's you talk about like the men abusing the women, but you also have to look at the men abusing the men. Mm-hmm. And not only is like not just girls anymore. You gotta look at both ends of it because the boys are getting traumatized just right along with the girls in the same amount of numbers.
Yeah, because in the R. Kelly situation too, there is also one of the young lady who just comes out, named as Jane. She was actually testifying that
we make her dress up like a man.
Dudes, dudes involved in it too. There's a dude that was known as Neville. Mm-hmm. R. Kelly grow with that dude. Okay. Into everything that he wanted him to be.
So they groomed him,
it's the point. It's just crazy, man.
So here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. You gotta look at it this way too. The reason why R. Kelly has been dismissed this whole time, and a lot of them don't even want to talk about it, is that R. Kelly was an asset for them, for the industry, for whoever that can easily get that access, the freaks.
Yeah, they got
R. Kelly was their plug for that. You get what I'm saying? So that's the reason why he's been skating under the radar. R. Kelly could have been charged on a million different things already if they really wanted to keep it to the law and to the books. This is the reason why I say that whoever's involved with it all need to be tossed under the bus. You get what I'm saying? Because,
but that's what I said. Like if that's the case, then you got to go to the extent of faulting the schools. The schools was announcing that he was coming.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Everybody that's involved,
they were soliciting for him.
Remember, Georgia, you got Atlanta in a lot of them areas.
He was at McDonald's.
Yeah, the McDonald's out there. That was the hangout spot.
Yeah, like they all was a part of it. So
it's a huge celebrity way turning up at McDonald's.
Remember, Atlanta got a huge incest issue too.
That was in Chicago with the McDonald's hanging out situation. Like he would show up frequently from down the block from the school and hang out. Right away, that would be to me, even as the manager of McDonald's was like, yeah, all right.
And then we have right now is people that have their friends, their coaches. They have people that's coaching on these little league teams and doing all this type of stuff. Yeah. And people that you know that are messing with the little girls on the teams. And it could be your friend or your homeboy. And like, what can you really say to if you find that out? Or all you can say is like, you wrong for that. You shouldn't be doing that, or whatever. Or are you going to send him to jail? You going to call
you confront him. You confront his ass. You confront him and let him know.
You can confront him, but
after you confront him,
would you take
what is your next step? Are you calling the police?
True.
Yep.
That's a good question.
You have to. Here's the thing: if you catch your homeboy,
find out your friend is doing something like this
with a minor, and that's what he's into,
you confront him and you tell him, about it. Is your next step going to be calling the police?
Yeah.
Yep.
I haven't seen one man do it yet.
Some of that is going to be 1 in a million.
You haven't seen one man.
I haven't seen one man. It's so much of that going on now.
Here's the thing. You know how many times? Here's the reason why I say everybody should be thrown under the bus. You know how many times I've posted articles? I've been talking about that Ed Buck situation for 2 years before that fool finally went under. You know how many reports went through for Ed Buck drugging black boys? You get what I'm saying? Because he get off on seeing them overdose.
Allegedly.
For the longest. No, it ain't no alleged. It ain't no alleged. He got arrested for that. Ain't no alleged. You get what I'm saying? For mad long. And what I get? False misinformation. I get my post removed. I get my account suspended. The whole system is involved in this foolishness. You get what I'm saying?
That's the thing.
The whole system. They protect each other with this freak behavior.
Status portion of things.
Yeah, but at the same time,
but that's my whole point. It's not just the system that's also protecting people. It's people right in your local area that's protecting people too. They're not doing anything about it.
Yeah, but that's
they know what's going on, and then they don't call the police because first thing they're gonna say, that's my homeboy, I told him about it, but you know what I'm gonna do. They're not calling the police on their homeboy.
So let me ask everyone a question. Does anyone remember what year it was when you first heard about the very first time any scandal situation happened with R. Kelly?
90s.
Wasn't it with Aaliyah?
It was in the 90s. Did anyone know the specific year?
The year?
No.
I think it was around 95 or something like that.
It becomes a decade. So
93?
94.
Okay.
94. It's the first time the situation happened with Aaliyah.
On that slide.
Now,
94.
2 years after that, we're just going to
all them cats knew about what was going on.
That's the thing. We're going to break down the timeline.
And nobody said nothing.
Even with Aaliyah, you remember her uncle was his manager.
You say 95? Somebody say 96?
So somebody said what? 96. They got it almost. 96 was the year when the tape situation came out. 96. Huh?
The tape comes out later than that.
No. The tape with the underage female?
Long after.
96.
No. When he No, it's
Damn.
No, that's not.
That was not. No, yeah.
No, that was not 96, man.
No.
96?
You got a computer right there. You got a computer right. Listen. Got a computer right there. You got a computer. Google it. I'm just telling y'all. Remember, we talking about VHS tapes.
The person who said 96.
You bugging. You talking about VHS tapes.
I was in high school.
You bugging. It was tape. It was on tape. It wasn't on no CDs.
No, maybe
it wasn't on no DVD.
Maybe it came out that time, but they
Okay, we're going down the timeline.
Yeah.
Okay. So just to tell you how long, I'm just telling you how long dude been skating. No, but I'm saying how long he been skating.
Yeah.
Okay. So you talk about a 2-year span from the Aaliyah situation to when the tape came out. So the Aaliyah thing happened. It came and went. The tape situation came and went. So now in 2000, it got published in the Chicago Sun-Times that accusations were starting to bubble about him. Okay, with this whole situation. That came and it left because Chicago at that time, he was the gold, like you said, he's the golden goose.
Yeah, it's a gold.
So right now, they're like, yo, chill. We don't need that. We need everyone to, keep going and keep doing what they're doing. 2002, he was arrested on child pornography charges. Right?
2002.
That's when he got charged.
And they showed the tape.
Okay. So the thing with it now, you're talking from 2004 to 2002 and still nothing.
No charges.
So now at that point now, a person that is doing these different things feel like, good.
I'm good.
They're not, and don't even worry about them.
Yeah.
So from 2002, the next thing shows up in 2008. Okay, he's acquitted of the charges in Chicago. So they threw that out the window. From 2008, nothing until 2017. Okay? 2017, accusations resurface again. All right. So from 2017.
That money started thinning out.
Somebody.
So you talking from 94 to 2017.
Yeah.
Okay. That's raising a child. All them years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so he was raising children, all right.
Yeah. Right. So that's what I'm saying. So now
growing those girls.
It didn't get out of hand until 2019 when the docuseries came out with the Surviving R. Kelly situation. Because at that point now, the whole world is, we got to do something now because
they're not getting paid.
If not only that, but for law enforcement and everyone else, we can't sweep this under the rug no more because now
his money ain't long like it was.
And that too.
And
that too.
That's the bottom line. His money just wasn't long no more.
It would go back to law enforcement saying why this didn't occur.
So you talking from 2019, he had that. Then the charges in Brooklyn showed up in 2019 also. Then 2022 is when everything is starting to develop now. And this is the end result where we're at right now. So from 94 to 2022, took that long for anything to remotely even come about. So now, with that now, we're going to transition going over into the Epstein situation. So now, Blacks and I was having a discussion earlier today about the whole situation. Now, mind you, now this is coming from a female. Okay, this is a female luring other young females in for Epstein.
Is she a mother?
No.
That was his girlfriend.
Oh, she don't.
No, she don't.
Oh.
So now she got sentenced recently. Also, she got 20. Remember now, she was on the run also. So she got 20 years for sex trafficking minor girls to Epstein. Okay. Now, again, the accountability portion of things, because again, this man was filthy rich. And I'm sure a lot of the neighbors.
What's she saying on there?
And I'm not even talking say that the neighbors itself.
I'm sorry. No, somebody said she actually get where the money's coming from.
She got over $2 million. But I mean, at the end of the day, where you're going now, it don't even matter. You see what I'm saying? Like, it don't even matter. You got to think on the long-term scale. And not only that, but the moral value of things. The moral value. Even if somebody brought $2 million to you and told you, go sit down at McDonald's and just lure some girls and bring them over to me. Eventually, you'll look, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
You understand? you don't even have to second guess it because the moral half of you will know that no, that's not even right.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying now is, what's up?
If they trying to pay you for your service to go recruit females,
I'm saying he's saying that you're not gonna do it.
Your moral half, your moral compass.
I didn't say she's not gonna do it. I said if Q, if somebody was to pay him $2 million, because somebody posted that
Q is gonna do it.
$2 million. Huh?
He's gonna do it.
Q?
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't know me, Ali. You don't know me. Q ain't gonna do that.
So whoa.
Only 2 million.
So hold on, Aaliyah. So hold up. Wait a minute now. So now, I'm not even gonna do that.
Hey, remember now, the most successful traffickers are women, bro. That's the reason why they use women.
And I'm saying she doesn't have any kids.
No, she don't have any kids. So that's again probably why the empathy.
That's all the more reason she probably could do it because she didn't have any kids.
It's probably why the empathy portion of life don't kick in for her.
Even in the end of the day, it's still a child. You got to be a demon inside of you to be doing.
There's a demon because three of her siblings was sitting next to her in court getting sentenced. She never have no idea of protection about her 3 younger siblings. She's dangerous.
Funny enough, during her trial, once she got sentenced, man. She's basically, because the same thing, her lawyers they were asking for 4.5 to 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, are you crazy? Like, are you crazy? So now we were trying to compare from what R. Kelly got to what she got, trying to rationalize the situation, whereas R. Kelly got 10 extra years. Same sex trafficking situation, same minors.
Well, the thing is R. Kelly wasn't on the federal level. Right? Epstein was on federal level. That man had his own island, 3 islands around the world.
Yeah.
3 islands around the world connected to diplomats, international diplomats. You get what I'm saying?
And he had names that he could name drop.
Yeah.
That's why he got murked.
R. Kelly don't have no names to name drop.
With her, she actually she put out a list. Right now there's a lawsuit going on for them to release that list. She put out a list, but I guarantee you the only reason why she got 20 is because certain names wasn't on that list. I guarantee you, if certain names was on that list, she'd be under the jail.
They put the list out though.
They did?
No, not the full. Not the full. No.
This girl I know, she had a list of people names on it. She had she put out like two names, and it was still more. Not the full list, but she did have 2.
No, but that's the thing. People want to know the full list because once that trial or something like that goes public, that information needs to come out as far as because if you're a convicted sex predator or whatever the case is,
anything it's supposed to
that stuff has to be posted. That's the case, and that's the deal. You know what I mean? So with her in that case, because she's connected and she's trafficking to these individuals, which are political figures, celebrities, whoever, you get what I'm saying? They need to be put on the chart that this dude was involved with that situation. But the problem with is high level individuals was flying on this man's private jet. You know what I'm saying? To go to that island. To do what they know what was going on. And on the plane, they were getting service too. You feel what I'm saying? She should be getting 80 to 100 plus years. All right. And the only reason why she's not is because of the names that she didn't put on that list. Everybody know that. And the only reason why R. Kelly's in his position is 1, R. Kelly's a black man. 2, he ain't on her level. You get what I'm saying? And 3, like Aaliyah said, he couldn't pay his way out of it. You know
at that point, because
black man again,
the amount of money that he had to pay out, and I don't know if everyone knew this, but again, publishing wise, he had to give away most of his publishing and stuff like that. So the money was dwindling. Money was dwindling. Allegedly, Aaliyah's family is holds majority of the publishing. just for the, these are the things you call in the hush money. You know what I'm saying? These are the hush money situation that we're talking about again. So let me ask you a question now. Do you feel that this list that she has or may have is like a safety net, or do you think she might end up like Epstein?
If she buzzed past that agreement, she gonna end up like Epstein. See, Epstein, he was being processed, and there was talk that he was trying to come to an agreement. You get what I'm saying? And once that happened, out of nowhere, oh, the cameras ain't working. Oh, we got to replace him. Or he was on suicide watch, and then we took him off of suicide. That they didn't even let him sit on suicide watch for the time they were supposed to. Any high-level individual that try to suicide themselves, they got to be watched over 24/7 for a certain period of time. You get what I'm saying?
That's why they say R.Kelly on the suicide watch.
Yeah, that's why they say Epstein didn't kill himself. You get what I'm saying?
They took him off.
They took him off.
Yeah, they took him off.
Yeah, also in the R. Kelly situation, I don't think he's gonna go down by himself, man. As soon as that bars close, R. Kelly will be singing. As close, he's been singing. I know more people is going down with R. Kelly. He's not gonna go down himself.
The main thing again in society today itself is the accountability portion of life, due to the fact that everyone wants to, what they call FOMO is what they call it. FOMO, fear of missing out. So individuals now, everybody, they'll sit on the side and they'll
highlights. Yeah.
They're like, oh man, we know that something's wrong with this. Like, all right, for instance, now you'll have a uncle or a older dude that that they always will say, yo, don't bring him to the party. No one never told you why. You know what I'm saying? Every neighborhood got one of these dudes.
Yeah, that's been it. It's a ramp. It's always been an issue in our community.
But the problem with it now is that they'll never tell you, right? No one cares about the thing until it happens to them.
Today,
we was having this discussion. Yeah. We was just having this discussion the other day with me and a couple of other heads, and the same thing. I had to educate them that try and remember majority of these charitable things and different things that happen, laws that come into place, and these things mainly happen when something happened to somebody. True. You know what I mean? Like AIDS at one point. Oh, it came from Africa, it came from monkeys. Oh, we don't care about that. It's not over here. And then until Andy Warhol, this one, that one start dying from it. The dude from Queen, forgot what his name, Freddie Mercury, and then a couple other people, AIDS started hitting them. And all of a sudden, we gotta do AIDS benefit. We Are the World and the whole nine yards charity. People gotta understand something. The accountability. Things can get nipped in the bud early. Problem with it, no one wants to stop that gravy train or whatever it is that is going about. The problem with it, no accountability. If you know, like, if I know that he's doing something wrong, accountability. Not the fact that he's family or because I know him or because I'm gonna approach him and tell him, yo, what you doing is wrong.
Yeah, but
I don't stand for what you're doing, so I gotta alleviate myself. So
you're not gonna cut that money.
Fix the problem or separate myself from you. If it's something where it's that detrimental, if he's a sex abuser or something, like, walk yourself in there, or I'm gonna go tell them what you're doing, or disappear.
But as Alia said, how many dudes are gonna do that?
None.
Go to the.
But the thing is, though, here's the thing, though, it's how many humans are gonna do that. It ain't just a male situation, because look, 108 people in the Disney parks up in Orlando, right? 108 people, including one of the directors, was arrested for sex trafficking.
For trial, yeah.
All right, molestations and all of that. 108.
Mm-hmm.
How come you don't see it plastered on the news?
Because you got to remember.
This happened this year.
People got to remember something too when it comes to this thing called news. And when it comes to thing called news,
it's color too.
Let me see. There's like these many people that control the news And
no, but that's what I'm trying to say.
Understand what I'm saying?
What I'm trying to say. It's a system thing. But here's the thing, though. Even when it comes out, people still on their mind. Oh, that can't be my Disney. Oh, not my Disney. Not this place that I love. No, yes, that. They don't want to chase away. They don't want to sacrifice their dreams. They don't want to throw away their fantasy. You get what I'm saying? They want to sit. They want to sit in a bubble and live they happy life. You get what I'm saying? But the problem is when you do that, you allow for this issue to keep on. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. This ain't nothing new, and it ain't gonna stop today either. These two individuals, they are a pebble in the ocean right now of freaks and weirdos. 200 and something, almost 300 officials from CPS, police officers, medical staff, including sex offenders. Almost 300 individuals, all right, was arrested. I think it was either a year or 2 years ago. You feel me? What I'm saying? In a massive child trafficking ring in Florida. You feel what I'm saying? What's going on right now? Is there anything changing with it? No. These are officials. People are living too comfortable. You get what I'm saying? They got their kids walking around half naked. You know what I'm saying? Watching certain content, dancing on TikTok live for a whole bunch of grown-ass adults. You know, like, come on, man.
Yeah, true.
People fail to realize it was told to us. Bob Marley said it. When it rain, it don't rain on one man's housetop. The thing with it, people fail to realize. A lot of people are just like, man, it's not bothering me. I don't have nothing. That's over there.
That's my.
Until someone comes over here, now that's a problem.
That's my daughter. Yeah,
you understand?
That's my family.
You know,
it's a child, man.
Transitioning from what you were just stating right there, with the fact that people nowadays are not really the TikTok situation. I'm going to transition from what we're in right now and transition into the ending portion of this segment. The TikTok portion with us that I would like to make, this is my opinion. I just believe that we as blacks, you know, Ice Cube said it years ago and it stuck in my brains. It was on the Death Certificate album, and he said, I hate to use, but he said, and always gotta show their teeth. Ends always gotta show their teeth. That stood out to me more than anything else, meaning that, yo, take things a little bit. You don't always have to be shucking and jiving and the thing. This whole dancing thing that we're doing in TikTok and everything, where every other day someone is still twerking. And there's so many different things that's going on around us that are gonna change your life drastically, and you don't even understand what's in front of you. It's crazy. It's crazy right now. So okay, let's touch this last two segments. So now in Arizona, governor over in Arizona just signed a new law in place where it says no individual could take any recordings of a police officer 8 feet away from them.
8 feet.
Okay, so now if they find it, and I was saying to myself, okay, who's walking around with a tape measure? Technically, who's walking around with a tape measure?
You know, 8 feet.
So, you know, like, meaning now, if I'm, you know, like 10 and it looks like 8 to that officer, can he arrest me now?
Yeah, he's gonna say it was 8.
You understand what I'm saying? It's like so many things. So for all these people in Arizona, and it's not going to just stop at the Arizona borderlines or nothing like that. Someone else is going to do it. Another one's going to pick up on it. Another governor is going to say, well, hey, let me try that in my spot, Chicago and all these other spots. Because I'm telling you right now, these things are forming back to the whole situation of back in the days from the 20s, the 30s, 40s, 50s, the segregations, the Jim Crow law, all these different things are coming back into place in different forms. In different forms. You understand what I'm saying? All these laws are getting placed. Yeah. And for us, we're dancing.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, we're still dancing. We're not realizing that our counterparts are securing certain things, making sure certain things are in place. Because when you stop breakdancing and shucking and jiving and what's the thing, the twerking and all that stuff, certain things are going to be in place for you.
Damn.
So for a lot of us out here, you know, we kind of transitioned from the thing where a lot of us, you know, everyone wanted to be a basketball player. Then it turned into everyone wanted to be a rapper. But no one wanted to be the politician. See, everyone else now from every other race, politics. Because that's where they're changing things in their community. They're changing things. They're fitting the narration how they want it to fit. You understand? So even now, recently, Roe versus Wade. To reverse that situation now, Supreme Court can reverse that? Oh, well, let's try and see if we can reverse other things that we said that brought us to where we are now, because that whole thing has so many gray lines in it.
The voting system.
Oh, that's already up in the air.
Yeah.
But let's talk the abortion situation.
But people blaming the Republicans for passing that. But what they don't even realize is that Biden's been trying to push for that to be removed since 1982. He sat on the board speaking about how women do not have solo rights over their own body. This is out of his own mouth on camera. You get what I'm saying? And he said Roe v. Wade is an abomination. You get what I'm saying?
But blacks,
you're not surprised that all of a sudden now that thing was passed?
This is not about this is not about a Republican and Democrat. This is all about people. And these are all these people we're going back and forth with. Democrat, Republican. These are the people who sit and eat together, talk together, make decisions together, make phone calls to each other. But when they come in front of the camera, they give you a different view of them. That's what one of them said. These are the people who eat in the same cafeteria in the building, across from each other, walk past each other office and say, "What's up?"
Yeah, the left and right hand.
So yeah, so it's like it's not even our fight. Our
right.
It's not. It come like there's no fight in it for us.
Of course not.
It's no fight in it for us, because these are the people who make phone calls after work to each other and ask what to think about this, what to think about that.
I mean,
remember Roe?
Go ahead, Black.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying Roe v. Wade was a whole scam from the jump. That whole thing with the lady,
yeah,
she wasn't even. That whole thing was a lie. She was paid off to go to spin that story. She came out and said that, yeah, she was paid off. She was given a script. She was told what to say, and she acted out her part. That was set in motion to get at women's rights. You get what I'm saying? To twist the rights, to funnel it off into a direction that they wanted to. Because you know, back in the days in the black community, we used to say you don't want the police in the neighborhood and you don't want the government in your business. We used to always say that. Like, we want to stay as far away from the government as possible. The government does certain things like that to get the public to allow them in the house. You get what I'm saying? And that whole thing was a scam. So it's like people got to pay attention to their personal rights. You get what I'm saying? To what they're doing, how they're moving. The government don't give a rat's ass about nobody. If it's not making them money and it's not setting up profits down the road, they're not gonna do it. If the government was out for you, you would have free friggin' schooling. You would have healthcare. You would have all of that. But you ain't getting none of it because they don't care.
For instance,
it's not about you in the end of the day.
I don't know if the rainbow people. That's what they call.
I think they should pass the alphabet.
The alphabet.
Yeah. What I'm saying for this, the young lady who's locked up in Russia, the basketball player.
Brittany Griner.
What's her name?
Brittany Griner.
Yeah. Why is there no march for her, protest for them to go faster with her situation?
It's a good question.
They had a few.
Like you just said,
why they
it
don't
ain't about us.
Push it for.
Yeah, they had a few, but it didn't go like to no public news. You get what I'm saying?
Good question.
Why? It's not important.
Yeah,
that's how they see it as.
Yeah,
and then here's the thing too. You think they would have been blasting it since how they hate Putin so much. You get what I'm saying? You think that would have been one of the things that they could have put on the table for why he's such an evil person. You get what I'm saying? But it doesn't fit their narrative, because if this situation would just spin back to the establishment ain't gonna push it. You get what I'm saying?
So chill. Yeah. All right. So here's the thing now. That going back is what I'm saying again, that we need more people, our people. Yeah. And the problem with it again, yo, because we've seen some of our people get in place and they go totally
payola.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Totally like they get in and they just totally. I'm gonna just segment something to close out real quick. So if anyone, I don't know if anyone's familiar with this television show called The Chi. I'm a fan of The Chi. So The Chi has a mayor, Chicago.
In there now, man.
Huh?
You got that cable now, man?
What is that?
Hey.
Be quiet. I got the time to start the riot.
Okay. I thought he was still using the antenna.
I don't even watch TV like that. I watch TV 1 hour a day. So
yeah, I don't.
So the thing with it, in The Chi, same thing. And unfortunately, it is too much of a recurrent situation in our neighborhoods. So now, neighborhood gangster turns mayor for the city of Chicago and can't leave his old ways out of the politic world. Now, in front of the camera, like what he said, it's all cheese. It's all good. In one I'm not spoiling it for everyone, but either way, in one episode, he beats a constituent almost to death. And then gets up on the podium the next day and says, "Oh, we wish him well and hope that he recovers." You know what I'm saying? These are the things that we're seeing. And even though you may look at it as a TV show, it's so much of a reality.
Keeping it gangster.
The best stories come from reality.
It's so much of a reality that a lot of us don't realize that, your local politicians, because I've seen it myself, because I dealing on this platform, I'm fortunate in the fact that I can deal with or talk to a lot of these different people from different walks of life. And you'll see it. Promises. You'll see the smiling, and as soon as the camera cuts off, the personality changes. What they said here is totally different from when you're walking. I ain't doing none of that.
They give it a Conway smile.
So the thing with it nowadays, again, we have to start educating ourselves on a lot of things that goes on in our neighborhood, in our community, to make sure certain people are held accountable. Which is the reason why I decided to form this situation and just mainly hashtag the thing mainly as accountability. Because if you want any changes in our neighborhood, it's not going to come by looking sideways. It's not going to come by shoving things under the rug. It's not going to come by stepping in the name of love and different things like that, because people are still heartbroken with the situation because no more music is coming their way. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not about that. It's about the mere fact that if you allow this situation to keep spreading, it's just like an infestation. It's not going to stay in one part of your body. So if you feel like this cancer or anything similar is just isolated in one spot and you don't have to worry about it because it's isolated in one spot, you got a sad thing coming. Because just like anything, just like when we were coming up, white America thought that we would never, then they can't afford to come in my neighborhood. Then we came up, they move out. We came up, they move out. They came, now they moving back into our neighborhoods. You understand what I'm saying?
True.
So the thing with it is accountability at the end of the day. Doesn't matter. Man, woman, or child, accountability.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, even for that child, he's going to grow up to be somebody. And if you don't hold him accountable or try to put him on the right path, that'll be the same kid that you saw growing up around the corner that they didn't put in check. Same kid that probably rob you or take your life.
Yeah, I see that.
You understand what I'm saying? And we see it all day in our neighborhood.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta police our own communities like we used to do.
Exactly.
Damn, man.
Exactly. We spoke about that before many times on this show. I still believe we need to do like what we do in the West Indies. police our own neighborhoods. We don't have the police coming in and telling us anything. We tell them now if we want to deal with you or not.
But we have to be together in the community.
It's not nothing where you coming in my neighborhood. You need to ask us now if you can have access. Rather than now, you think you're going to come in because, again, you don't, a lot of these police that's coming in as rookies and stuff, they don't care about you. They care about a paycheck and that's it. Yeah. Or they want the badge so they can go bully.
Most of them don't even come from the neighborhood they policing, so they don't know anybody.
They don't know nothing about the neighborhood.
They don't know the families. They don't know the struggles. They don't know nothing.
That's the main thing why I say at the end of the day, is for us to police our own neighborhoods because these people are coming dumbfounded. They'll see you sitting on the thing and think, oh, they must be up to something.
Yeah.
Or you don't know what the word chilling means? Yeah. It is what we do in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Kids grew up on the steps.
True.
So because we may not have the good parks in our neighborhood, like some of them do, where you guys can go hang out and do things. This is what we do here. So we got to start demanding for certain things and start changing. But accountability. Yeah. Can't say it enough. You got to hold people accountable, or else it's gonna run amok in our neighborhoods. True. Plain and simple. So closing now, Aaliyah, your thoughts on everything we spoke about. As a female, the only female right with us today, what's your thoughts? Just your thoughts in general.
What's her name? The Maxwell sentence, is it right?
Oh, your mic again.
In general, my apologies. In general, in talking about accountability, I think when we speak about accountability, I think people need to put more value on being accountable than they do now, because a lot of times, I mean, in history from back when, you see things going on, it was hush hush. So now that's gotten worse. It's worse now than it was back then with the hush hush. It's more hush hushing, and instead I'll video or I'll make a joke out of it, or I'll put it on social media so I can get paid off of it. Mm-hmm. So everything is more money based now. So it's so common to see those things going on now. People aren't really speaking out about those type of things that's happening. They're not really saying too much of anything. If somebody messing with a young girl, they're not saying nothing about it. They just like, I'm just saying, I'm just not going to deal with you, and they're going to move on. Mm. But a lot of our Black men that are in these predicaments, are they being checked by our fellow other Black men?
Right.
Is the question, because just like I just finished saying, they might tell them about it, because even me, I know a situation that happened that I knew based on someone that I knew personally. And another guy, his friend, knew about what he was doing, but he didn't say anything about it. People feel like it's not their place to say anything. Right. So this situation, the girl got pregnant. He went to jail, and a lot of stuff happened. But in that same sense, while it was going on, no one said a word about it. And that's when you have to say, I mean, it's easy to say, but when you're in a situation, like, are you going to speak up about it?
Yeah. As you said,
are we really doing our part? Or are we just going to be just like, and with R.Kelly, they was getting paid. These people not even getting paid for this. And they still being quiet.
And as you said, in our community, I think a lot of dudes will cheer it on. Some dudes will cheer it on.
Not my community.
Yeah, some in oh, you light skin. So what I'm trying to say that you will have dudes who cheer on seeing a friend with somebody that is really underage. You see what I'm saying? And it's like it's like a support to them.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, the first thing they're gonna be, they're gonna be like, man, you wild, man. You need to cut that out. You wild. You need to stop.
Yeah.
I will agree on that portion.
But they're not calling the police.
To bring it to the authority, they're not doing it.
I think. All right. So here's the thing.
Black people ain't calling the police.
But here's the thing, though. I think at that point,
exactly.
That's the word.
At that point, now I think the OGs of the neighborhood or of the family clique, whatever, need to pull this dude to the side and just tell him right now, listen, I see where you're going with this. It's gonna come to an end right now.
You gotta threaten that dude life, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not.
Tell that young lady to go home. Don't come back in this neighborhood. And I'm gonna tell you, if I see this again, you're gonna have some real problems on your hands.
We don't have no OG no more, man.
Mm-mm. No, you have to be the OG.
We are the OGs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
no, I'm telling
we gotta lead by example. We have to lead by example.
Yeah,
especially with children is involved.
These young,
man.
These
if people feel like if it's not my child, I don't know who it is. I don't have nothing to do with me.
That's our mentality.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's our mentality. That's not my sister. That's not my niece. That's not my
Keep
daughter.
it for another show.
No, and especially these days. You know what I'm saying, with social media, with the narcissism and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody's for themselves. Yeah. You go to Cali in New York. Good luck asking for help for a situation. Good luck.
Yeah.
You could be getting it.
I don't know about that. Cali showed love.
Bro, you ain't see yeah, but what they doing when people's cars getting broken into?
Yeah,
I mean that's
the damn thing. But this is what I'm saying. They're grooming them into that mentality. You see New York right now. You ain't see what the dude did to Shorty on the bus, and everybody recording and just standing off.
Mm-hmm.
He held a hostage, bro.
Social media, man.
You mean to tell me you got a whole train full of dudes, and not one single person stood up to help that lady getting snatched by her neck? Come on, man.
No, man.
See, times changed.
I don't see it.
Back in the days, that would have never happened.
Yeah.
Cowards are living today, bro.
Pummeled.
Cowards are living today. Because you know why? They thinking, oh, man, if I do something, I might get arrested for assault. Man, come on, man. Come on.
Not only that.
If people were walking with the creator, bro, they wouldn't be fearing these type of things.
I don't know.
They're going for the views. Everybody.
Yeah. But now you're being viewed as a coward. What kind of view you like for that?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
If
people walking with the creator, they would not have fear in their actions. You get what I'm saying? If you see a woman getting tossed up on a bus or a train, you just gonna stand there and say, "Oh man, I'm worried about the legal situation." The lady was asking for help.
Mm-hmm.
Feel me? And the whole train stood there. You know how traumatized she is now?
What that site?
Keep that up there for me.
What that site with the fights?
Oh, World Star.
World Star. That's a whole media by itself. People just beating up on people.
It's housed for that. Because that's what people love. People love violence.
That's what we're saying.
People love like carnal situations.
When we see this going down, what the first thing comes to most of these people's mind? Get your phone out. We're gonna see how much view we get on it. We're gonna see how much views we get on it. That's the world we live in now, man.
It's pathetic.
It's crazy. That's the world we live
in. Let me point out something before we go. My man Extreme pointed this out. He said on the shot, they tried to police their neighborhood and that went to hell.
Quick.
So I'm gonna point something out in the show. The reason why it went to hell is because they put their trust in that individual. Back to who I was telling you, the mayor. Mm-hmm. The problem with it, once they saw the situation, they got the tape and they put it in. And listen, we're holding you accountable. You got to exit. That got rectified. So now, moving forward, we know what we got to do. And that's the same thing you got to do with all these neighborhoods. You get that person here's your alternative. You got this and you got that. Ain't no in-betweens. That dude had a hightail out. That's how it went. So at the end of the day, because they put their trust in that individual, and they felt that he was living up to what he's saying, not what he's doing, when they saw him for what he really was, that's why everything was going haywire with the situation. Moving forward now, since they know that you got this and you got that, 2 options. From there now, you can solve a lot of these problems, and you have to stick to it. That's the main thing. You got to stick to it. No one gets a pass. That means man, woman, child, father, son, niece, nephew, uncle. No one gets a pass. Because if you do it for one, you gotta do it for all. And that's just how it is. So I want to thank everyone for joining us on this conversation tonight. Accountability, man. It's a hard thing in the neighborhood, but it really is not that hard. Because once it comes into your home, trust, you're gonna want it.
Yeah.
You're gonna want it.
Yeah.
A lot of us are, like you said, turning a blind eye, or a lot of us don't want to get involved. It don't concern me. Mind your own business, this and that.
Until you reach your doorstep.
Until it reach your doorsteps. And now you're looking for help. And now you're wondering, yo, can somebody save this? And can somebody do that? Nah.
And nobody's a snitch until it reach your home.
I don't even know what that is.
Still not gonna snitch.
I don't even know what that is.
Everybody's a snitch.
What? All right, listen. Before we even end off, that whole term, the snitching situation,
that's bull.
I want people to understand something. When it comes to these neighborhoods in the hood situation, that snitching is this. I don't care about no dry snitching. I don't care about no this, that. But look, if me and you decide to go do dirt, you got to stand tall. We went out, we got caught, do your bid.
Yeah.
Who put you up to it?
People
Who put you up to it, Q?
People that are civilians that come along and we doing something, and he might have shot something, straight bullet hit a kid, and this and that. Yo, you gotta go out the neighborhood. It's either you gonna disappear or vanish, one or the other. The problem with it now, if they decide to tell, who's snitching?
Yeah.
Like, what's snitching with that? This dude, we don't need him in our neighborhood. But the problem with it, I ain't dry snitching. So now he walk around town just straight bulleting kids all day. Nah, can't have it. So if that's it, call it what you want to call it. I grew up in a lot of these neighborhoods.
Yeah.
I don't follow that term with the snitch. Snitching is only if me and him decided to do something and we got caught, and now I'm putting his name to get myself out of the situation.
Yeah.
Anything less than that, it's off the table.
Yeah, if you're a civilian, you're not hold to that. You're not hold to that law.
And for the yard man, them, I see him think what about calling farmer.
Yeah.
Farmer boy.
We don't talk about snitch.
Farmer boy.
Farmer.
Farmer boy.
You sell out.
Well, I want to thank everyone for joining us again tonight, man. Thank you for joining us on Live at the Barbershop. I want to remind everyone, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. Spread the word, man, because again, platforms like this is needed. Pay attention to everything that's going on around you. These laws that are changing, it is in full effect. That whole abortion situation is not just about that. It's about population.
I mean,
it's about population. Try and get it straight.
Yeah, population.
Okay.
Yeah, but remember whose population has been falling since the past 10 years now.
So that's the thing. You got to understand the underline.
Democrat.
The underline.
No, man. It's this.
Okay.
This population has been falling.
Of it. Real quick is that the main fact of this situation that's going on is to build up the population. Okay. It's to build it back up. Because everyone is in fear.
Which population?
It's like Public Enemy said. Fear of what? Fear of a black nation?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
You know,
okay.
You know what girls keeping them baby, it's a check. Each baby's a check.
So just keep in mind everything that's going on out there. And please, Black America, please start to read, man. Start reading. The social media stuff is cool and everything like that, but start reading more. Start, even if you got the computers. Read more articles. Read things. Start reading.
And
educate yourself more on a lot of things.
If you don't want to read,
don't tell me about the audio book. Don't tell me about the audio books, please.
Yeah, audio books, lifesavers, man, lifesavers. You can be working.
I understand that when you're on the run. When you're on the run, I understand that. But I do that with the trust Bible. When I tell you later on in your years, for a lot of old people, I used to ask them, "Yo, how you still got it?" Like, because a lot of them was reading the newspapers and reading. Their mind is still moving. Your mind is still going. When you're sitting there listening to this stuff, and your eyes is not moving, your brain is not moving. Trust, you're gonna need that.
Yeah, I do.
All right?
I do the Bible.
And no, you don't.
Auto.
Next,
I do the Bible. The audio Bible, man.
The audio Bible.
That's not no cap, man.
This dude's drooling on himself talking about Exodus. He thought it was a Bob Marley album when he woke up. No. Next. All right. Bring me out, man.
Hold on. What's it?
See, look at this, man. You see what I'm talking about my people?
Hey,
terrible.
All right, what we got here? Who's this? Comment. Well, my man Amanda said. What he said?
Yeah, that's what we're here
Uncovered
for,
tonight. Yes, thank you, fam. That's what I'm saying.
You see?
Education and entertainment within one. You heard? Yeah. All right. So, hey, blacks. You know what? Now, hold on. You did it last time. Where Leah at? Leah, take us out.
I gotta do my glasses, man.
Take us out. Whoa. Before you say whoa. Take us out in a sexy voice. I need a sexy voice. Don't give me that look. Don't give me that look. Don't give me that look. Don't give me that look.
We need that sauce.
Her camera just gonna turn on.
Woosah first. Woosah.
Hey, here you go.
And then give me a sexy voice. You don't have to go crazy. Just give me something. I don't need nothing for them dudes in the jailhouse to go nuts.
Not the Gerald Levert beat.
So please, can you take us out tonight?
I like that it song because I really like what you did.
She knows she wants. Look at her beautiful spot.
Oh shit! Hold on. Let me turn my mic up. Let me turn my mic up.
Just to the LL Cool J. I heard it. Like,
turn the headphones up real quick.
Yeah, the LL Cool J.
Check us out on all platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Amazon Music, Audible, Podcaster, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and iHeartRadio.
There you go. Oh man, I'm melting.
Hey! Felt like I was in a Warriors movie for a second. All right now, boppers.
You know what I'm saying?
He's melting. He's ice cream, man.
Yeah, look at the beautiful smile. That's what we want to see. Yes. Hey, listen, man. Thank you all for joining us once again. I want everyone to do this, please. Go out in the world and be somebody. Change your neighborhood. Transform things. Do something. You got one life to live out here, man. So make sure you make it count. Okay.
Amen.
Shout out to Tough Talk Miami, the T, and Madness, and the whole squad out there. I forgot somebody on the last thing, and my man Links. My bad, family. I forgot to shout you out, because without you, homie, yo, you always there. 1,000 Links, for real.
Norris, thanks for tuning in, Ross, man.
For sure. Norris and the whole squad. Jess, Sassy, Nisha J, and the whole squad. You know what I'm saying? So thank you very much for joining us tonight. We hope that we educated and entertained at the same time. God bless. Good night. And I'll see you next Friday, 9 p.m. sharp. White people
go out in the world and be somebody.